everybody, welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Thursday, June 16th, 2022. Boy, what does a difference 24 hours makes, huh? After a rough night of weather across the area and state, a nice quiet day today, beautiful day outside. I had my Meals on Wheels delivery today, and it was gorgeous out there. Great day to have the windows open and just breathe and relax. Looking forward to being at home tonight and enjoying some of that weather, and I hope you are too. And we've got a busy show coming up for you today. A lot of headlines to get to. We'll have that for you here in just a minute. We also have the mayoral proclamations, two of them happening back on Tuesday. We're going to take you out to that Common Council meeting with the proclamations that the mayor had read and show you those coming up. Plus, it's Dairy Month across it. You know that. Maybe you went to breakfast on the farm. Maybe you're a dairy lover as much as I am. Maybe dairy doesn't sit well with you. Well, today is your day. We're going to give you some ideas on how to enjoy dairy. Even if your stomach says, I don't know, you want to be gassed and bloated. No, I got all the fun tips for you. We'll be checking with our dietitians from Hy-Vee coming up and meeting our new dietitian. So we got two dietitians now to work with from Hy-Vee. We'll introduce you to both. Well, so the one, and you'll see Amy here again coming up in just a little bit of time. But first, let's get to our headlines, and we talk about the pickleball court updates. That's right. We have some updates, and it says here in a nice photo submitted by Aaron. It says, thanks to all the volunteers who worked so hard to install the slates at the McGaw pickleball courts. We are hopeful that this will help to mitigate the wind so players can enjoy the courts more frequently. Installation will be fully complete in the coming days. I said, Aaron, thank you for Aaron for submitting that photo, sharing that from the Facebook page on the rec department's website. Plus, we have pickleball lessons coming up as well, so take advantage of the courts with the pickleball lessons. Learn the game of pickleball or build your skills. Join us for a lesson with David Sy, a certified pickleball teacher instructor. Yeah, he's going to be there to help you. They've got courses for beginner, intermediate, and so forth. Come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, we're excited to have that. And pickleball is so much fun. We used to play it as a group after work in the community center in Oak Hall, and we all of us ended up getting hurt in some way, but it's just so much fun. And I say we got hurt because we were playing really, really, really hard. No, we all had bad joints, and yeah, that's what happened with that. But you don't need to play like that. It's just a fun game, not too fast-paced. You can make it fast-paced, certainly, but just fun to get out and do it. And you should check out, they do have pickleball for the senior center as well, so all levels, pickleball is where it's at. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of another fun thing happening in Fitchburg, the Friends of the Fitchburg Public Library's book sale, the used book sale, it's here. Yeah, it starts tonight, June 16th. Discover a wide variety of fiction, nonfiction, mystery, children's books, history, travel, health, gardening. You name it, they got it. Pre-sale starts tonight for the Friends of the Fitchburg Public Library. If you're a friend of the library, that goes till 4 till 6, and then it opens to the general public tonight from 6 to 8 p.m., and then the rest of the days you can see there on your screen. Don't forget that bag sale, too. That bag sale is where it's at. Yeah, you should check that out and get your books on, as they say. And, yeah, this all benefits, again, the Fitchburg Public Library. The Friends help the Fitchburg Public Library fund different activities and events, and it is your chance to come on out, have some fun, and again, donate for a good cause. So yeah, I would definitely take advantage of that. I've been saying it for all this week. It's like the best of 2 years in the making, because they've had so many different books collected here in the last couple of years. So it's your chance to pick up some of those books. Here's something that you can be picked up too. How I Became a Pirate. What? This is happening. Friday, June 17th. Come to the Fitchburg Library to create everything you need to sail the 7 seas as a pirate. Ages 2 to 5, I'm out. June 17th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Fitchburg Public Library. You know where that's at, 5530 Lacey Road. Stop on out for that. Maybe Tim will be there from the youth department doing a lot of R's. Guess we'll have to wait and find out. Finally, turning our attention to the vaccine update for children 6 months and older. The FDA Advisory Committee has recommended the 3-dose Pfizer vaccine and the 2-dose Moderna vaccine to be authorized for children 6 months and older. We can't give the vaccine to this age group yet, as we have to wait for the official FDA authorization, CDC, and Department of Health Service approval, and then wait for the updated clinical guidance and orders from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. So, but there's time. That time is coming soon. Once the vaccine is authorized, you can reach out to your healthcare provider to get your child's shot with them, or connect with one of the many vaccinators in Dane County. You can check that out online and through a website. Plus, we share all the headlines, so you can check that out as well. And finally, want to remind you that Fact TV again has switched over to 2 channels now, in case you haven't recognized that yet or didn't know. Fact TV is now on F1 The Gov and F2 Community. We dropped the F1 Media channel as we went down to 2 channels. Some of it for budgetary reasons. We really weren't producing any content on the media channel. We were running our community bulletin board. We still have that, and that runs in between our programming on the government channel, and we interject it in the community channel, so you can check that out. And of course, it is online at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. But a reminder, too, that you can stream our channel. We talk about this at the end of the show each and every day, but good chance to remind you folks that you can watch us on cable TV. You can watch us through our website at fitchburgwi.gov. And you can watch on your over-the-top set. That's like your Apple TV, Amazon TV, and Roku. We have apps out there. We have the directions on our website on how you can use those, and I suggest you go out there and do that. Everything besides cable TV is HD, so you can check that out as well. All right, that does it for the headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We're going to talk about those mayoral proclamations taking place on Tuesday night at the Common Council meeting. Plus, later, we're talking Dairy Month with our friends from Hy-Vee, our dietitians. All coming up on this edition of TF.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready!
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the digest, and today we're going to be taking you to the proclamations that happened at the past Common Council meeting. It happened on Tuesday night. 2 proclamations were read in, and if you missed it, we have those for you right now.
All right, so recognizing lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer month. Whereas Fitchburg is dedicated to ensuring that our LGBTQ plus community and its allies have a safe and inclusive environment to celebrate diverse sexual orientations and gender identities. And whereas LGBTQ plus month recognizes that Fitchburg and the global lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer community have made great strides in the recent years towards full equality. And whereas LGBTQ+ Pride Month raises awareness about Fitchburg's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer community and their contributions to Fitchburg's unique and diverse tapestry in a positive and productive manner. And whereas June has become a symbolic month in which lesbians, gay men, bisexual people, transgender, queer, and supporters come together in various celebrations of pride. And whereas the rainbow flag, also known as the LGBTQ+ Pride flag or gay pride flag, has been used since the 1970s as a symbol of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer pride, and LGBTQ+ social movements. And whereas flying the rainbow flag at City Hall throughout the year further symbolizes the city's celebration of diversity and support for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer community. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Aaron Richardson, Mayor of the City of Fitchburg, along with the Fitchburg City Council, issue this proclamation and hereby declare the month of June as LGBTQ+ Pride Month in the City of Fitchburg, and invite everyone to reflect on ways we can all live and work together with a commitment to mutual respect and understanding. Proclaim this 14th day of June, 2022. Some photos for Scott. All right. Very good. And do we want to, for Juneteenth, do people want to stay up here for Juneteenth as well? Yeah, we also do. Get your steps in. All right. So we're also proclaiming June 19th, 2022 as Juneteenth Celebration Day. Whereas Juneteenth is the day marking the end of slavery in the United States. And whereas when Union Army General Gordon Granger landed at the Texas port city of Galveston in 1865, as the Civil War drew to a close, one of his first actions was to read General Order No. 3, which stated that all slaves are free and that former masters and slaves have absolute equality of personal and property rights. And whereas, following his statement, Juneteenth became the emancipation date of those long suffering for freedom. And whereas, since then, as the oldest known celebration commemorating the end of slavery in America, the tradition of celebrating Juneteenth has remained strong well into the 21st century to recognize the triumph of the human spirit over the cruelty of slavery and to honor the strength, endurance, and faith of African-American ancestors. And whereas it is imperative that citizens in Fitchburg and across our state continue to work towards a more just Wisconsin, as well as join together to acknowledge a time in our history that carried on the nation's ideals of equality and democracy and celebrate the joys of liberty and justice for every American citizen. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Aaron Richardson, along with members of the Fitchburg City Council, do hereby recognize June 19th, 2022 as Juneteenth Celebration Day in the City of Fitchburg, remind individuals of the importance of this and to celebrate African American history and culture while continuing to promote diversity, equality, and a strong sense of community in our city and state. Proclaim this 14th day of June, 2022. And I know that on June 1st, we'd raise the pride flag in a ceremony outside City Hall. Next Monday at 4 o'clock, we are going to raise the Juneteenth flag as well, and the public is all welcome to join us for that. So thank you all very much. Oh, and official photo.
There you have it, Pride Month and Juneteenth. Proclamations are in there. I was going to say we have the pride flag raising at City Hall, and there will be a flag raising for Juneteenth event coming up next week, and we'll have some coverage from the Juneteenth meal happening at the Fitchburg Senior Center tomorrow. So we'll show you all those as they come out, and you can check these proclamations online. Take a quick break. Coming up next, we open up our guest segment. We're talking Dairy Month. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. It's a special show today because we've got 2 guests here on the show, but I don't get to steal the thunder. I'm gonna let Amy do this for you, but we are going to be talking with Hy-Vee dietitians today, and we've got 2 of the best here. But Amy, you've brought a friend to the show. Tell us who's joining us today.
Yes, I did bring a friend today. So we have a new dietitian who will be covering the Madison and Fitchburg market in person. So Erin DeGrave is new to the Hy-Vee world. So just wanted to bring her on. And yes, she'll be available in the Madison and Fitchburg stores.
But Amy, we're not going to say goodbye to you, right? Like we're still gonna touch base with you. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. I'll still be touching base. I'm still with Hy-Vee. I just won't be in Madison and Fitchburg. So yes, I'll still pop in every once in a while.
I mean, you've done a great job. Erin, you got some big shoes to fill, but you're going to do just great. And welcome to the team. And both of you today, we're going to talk about something that I love big time. And Erin, you got in your background. It's National Dairy Month, best month ever in Wisconsin. And what we thought we would do is take on some talk about lactose intolerance, kind of break that down a little bit. And things have changed definitely in the side of things when it comes to that world. But let's start about what are the benefits of dairy, Amy, overall, which I can't think of any that are really awesome.
Right. I agree. And especially coming from Wisconsin, right? We're very proud of our dairy here. But yes, dairy is loaded with nutrition. So things like calcium and vitamin D, I think are probably the 2 that most people think about, but it's also giving us things like protein. It's giving us potassium, magnesium, and all in that little glass of milk. So lots and lots of nutrition in dairy products. Yes. So we like to celebrate that.
We darn tootin', which could happen with lactose. What does it mean to be lactose intolerance? Good transition there.
Yes, a great transition. Yes. So lactose intolerance is a condition where a person is unable to break down lactose, which is the sugar that's naturally found in dairy. So there's a specific enzyme that we make that breaks that lactose down. And essentially, a person with lactose intolerance just doesn't have enough of that enzyme. So if they're not breaking the dairy down properly, then it's causing GI symptoms as it moves through your system. So, and it's pretty common. Quite a few people, I think it's about 65% of the population is unable to properly digest dairy.
That's a lot of tears, but don't fret. There's still ways around it, and we're going to get to that. First one, could smaller portions help us manage this lactose intolerance?
Yes. So, and I have to say with lactose intolerance, I'm always so happy because as dietitians, I think a lot of times people expect us to come at them with the list of things they cannot have. And with lactose intolerance, I get to tell people you still get to eat dairy, which is so nice to be able to tell that to people. It's happy news. So you can still consume dairy with lactose intolerance. And one approach is to try smaller portions of dairy. So, maybe instead of having a full cup of milk, maybe start with a half a cup of milk and see how you do. Things like cheese, people can usually have, smaller portions of cheese and not have any issues at all. So that is one approach to try to include those dairy foods in your diet.
I don't know. I think I would hit myself up with some of the best gas pills ever and, Pepto-Bismol, whatever, and try to work my way. No, try smaller portions. A good way to do it. All right, Aaron, for you, does dairy foods vary in lactose content?
Yeah, they really do. Not all dairy products are created equal. So some contain less lactose than others. So for example, like our hard cheeses, Swiss, cheddar, Parmesan, those are going to have a smaller amount of lactose, making it a little bit easier to consume, especially if you're having lactose symptoms. And then also our ice cream and milk tend to have a little bit more lactose. So those might not be as tolerable for some. For yogurt, for a different perspective, may actually be pretty well tolerated because the bacteria in yogurt, in the culturing process, the bacteria actually has enzymes that will break down those lactose sugars.
Well, I think there's always plenty of commercials like, shouldn't I eat more yogurt? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. So that's a whole nother discussion, but we'll table that for today. Next one would be, is it hard giving up the staples like ice cream and their alternatives? Well, of course, but...
Yeah, but there are a lot of alternatives on the market for lactose-free or low lactose product, including ice cream and milk alternatives. Lactose-free products are still going to fall within the dairy category, but they're just removing that lactose sugars to support those who are having sensitivity to the lactose sugars. So another way you can enjoy those items is to consider using an over-the-counter enzyme tablet, lactase enzyme tablet, and these can contain the necessary amounts of the lactase enzyme to assist with the digestion of the lactose sugars. So you just follow the package instructions if that is the route you're going to take, and you can always contact your doctor if you do have questions more about taking that too.
Like I said, I think there are alternatives and substitutes out there that can make your life a little bit easier, and that area has grown substantially over the years for folks. What would be some of those other substitutions that you guys recommend?
I personally love using plain Greek yogurt as a main substitute in my daily kitchen. I don't have lactose intolerance, so this is a substitute that's family friendly for everyone, even when you're not having those symptoms. So for plain Greek yogurt, you can use it as a substitute for sour cream. So using it as a dollop on top of loaded potatoes or in a taco, you can use it just to give you a creamy texture, but it has that less lactose, fat, and calories.
All right, so to confirm the question that everybody in the dairy land is asking, if I drink lactose product, like a milk alternative, is it real milk or isn't it? And I know the answer, but hearing it from you two, Amy, what do you say?
Yes. So you can have cow's milk. If you are lactose intolerant, you just want to make sure you're selecting a lactose-free milk. Yes, absolutely.
And Amy, or Aaron, not Amy, Aaron, is the alternative lactose, is that a milk product or is it a just completely substitute away from milk? So if I buy a lactose substitute, is that considered milk?
Yes. So a lactose-free milk is still considered dairy. It's still coming from the cow. If you're looking at a plant-based alternative like soy, almond milk, cashew milk, oat milk, those are going to be a little bit different. So keep in mind that they're plant alternatives and they do not contain lactose. So it's an alternative to milk, your dairy milk. But there are also some other ingredients that may be lacking, such as protein, calcium, and vitamin D. So it is important to read labels.
All right. Well, if you want to learn more, there's ways to connect with you guys at Hy-Vee. How can they do that so they get the proper information and, of course, get to ask questions, more importantly?
Yep, the best way to find us is to go to the website. So you can go to hyvee.com/health, or you can go to a specific store's website and they'll have a dietitian page on there with contact information as well. And if you need help finding these products in the store, that's what we're here for. So, if you need help shopping for those products, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, I think it gets a little, when you're looking at all of the products and really trying to figure out that special dieting and stuff, it's so nice to have you guys around to help us out with that. And great information. I'm happy. I should have been sitting here eating as many dairy products as I could, but no, I do love the dairy and appreciate the breakdown today. Thank you both so very much. Aaron, welcome aboard. Amy, thank you for your hard work, and we're look forward to sharing the spotlight with you and Aaron moving forward.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
You bet. Check out your nearest Hy-Vee and say hi to Aaron. And of course, we'll have Amy back on the show as well. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío. Y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial, y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Wrapping up the show for the day, I want to thank the mayor and all the alders for that proclamation, or the 2 proclamations, and our friends Aaron and Amy, both dietitians from Hy-Vee. Aaron taking over here in the Madison area, but Amy's still going to join us for future shows as well. So we're glad to have both of them on here to help us out, get the information out. Have a great night.